Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some Graveyard Keeper, shall we? Continuing our complete beginner's guide here in 2023. Okay, so we're still on the same day, and I do want to emphasize that although you can only save it by sleeping in the bed, it doesn't necessarily pass a full day like it does in Stardew, so you can just do this if you want to come save it really quickly without passing too much time. You also have these storage chests inside your house, one at the foot of your bed and one over here by your cooking table. But if you try to cook right now, you can see that you've got some recipes. You could make flour, you could make meat, and you could make some berry juice and jellies. So these are the recipes that we learned right at the beginning through some interactions, but currently this is going to be difficult for us to do. We can make raw sliced meat, for example, and if you push Y, you can get the information on it, but this is not the right kind of meat that we can sell just yet because we don't have the royal stamp. So while we can craft a little bit, we don't have any wheat nor the ingredients to do much, so this is going to just kind of stay here. Also, we can cook at our fire and make bread if we have dough, or cook our meat into baked meat, and then this will tell you what we'll actually get. So if we did take our piece of meat and slice it up and then bake it, we could make 2 pieces of baked meat that you can see here that will give us plus 18 energy each. So this is a good way to get food, sort of, but we don't have bodies coming in rapidly enough. Now, you can also go down into your basement. And what's that sound? Hey! Darn gate, look who it is. I'll come here every night if I have to, but I'll get through eventually. Looks like I can remove this blockage and fortify the arch. So, that was Snake. And Snake is the guy that we could buy a fake stamp from, or at least get a fake stamp from, potentially. But he is not going to come until his special day, which is the kind of green day. And if I clear this out, I can remove the passageway blockage, as he says, but I need items that I don't have. Now, you heard the bell? A body just dropped off. So let's go get that body as fast as possible to prevent too much rot. Oh, Jerry's here. The Inquisitor. I've just seen the Inquisitor right nearby going up the path to Witch Hill. That's to the right of us. Oh, sorry, he'll kill me, or even worse. Calm down, I'll go distract him. Maybe I'll find something on the hill that will help me get him home. Alright, so we have a new quest about the Inquisitor, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to go take care of this body. So it's been dumped on the ground here. I can pick it up and go in, and we can just lay it up and do an autopsy. Now, remember, our autopsies are going to be awful at the moment. It's a 1 red skull, 2 white skull, so let's extract the flesh, and we'll just work until it's gone, and we'll check it again. And now all we've done by removing the flesh is taken off of a white skull quality, but it's something that we can eventually sell to make money. We'll take the body, and we'll throw it over here. Main thing we're going to get here is money from burial certificate once we throw this guy in the ground. Now we need to go here at the blueprint. We need to select a new grave site, and I'm just going to put this right up here. See, I've opened up a lot of different plots anyway. Alright. And I'm going to then put the body down, and we have to dig using some energy and throw that in there, and then we're gonna pack it up. And we don't have a gravestone or a fence to put there. We have nothing in our trunk, so it's time to make some better decorations to help with our quality. We did, though, get a burial certificate right here in our inventory. So that's good. And I'm going to get some sticks. And you can also chop down trees, but not just yet. So we're going to need to go over here, and we can build, okay? We have a sawhorse. We have our timber stockpile. We do not yet have a furnace, but we need stone and flitch to do that. So let's take a gander over here. And we can't process logs just yet either. So we need... Let's see. I'm going to fix my rusty shovel up with the grindstone. There. Get our whetstone back. And I'm going to put away a bucket of water for the time being and these flowers in this trunk. I don't really need to carry them around. I'm going to go over to this tree right here. And I still can't cut the tree because I needed technology. So it's time to look at the tree and our tech tree and say, well, why can't I cut down trees? Right? What's going on here? And we can unlock technology, and we can unlock firewood here, which would allow us to create firewood and a chopping spot. Alright, so that's pretty reasonable. So we have enough experience to buy, or tech points to buy wooden anvil. And let's go ahead and buy a wooden anvil. Primitive foraging. And I'm going to say, we just need, this will give us the ability to create nails and iron parts, which is pretty good. And we're going to buy it. And I'm going to go over here. And if I want to make a wooden anvil, I need billets and iron parts. Okay. So I'm going to kind of wander around and get some sticks. Fantastic. Alright, now we're in the swamp here. We can get some metal. There we go. Now, what we need is to finish this quest. Let's see. For the bishop and for Jerry and for Herodric eventually, okay? So we've got lots of things to work on. Can't pick those yet. But I can get stone. So I'm just going to stand out here and work. Remember, you can work well into the night. There is no penalty except energy, and sometimes there'll be monsters that spawn in the evening, but those have good resources too, and remember, you can always push X to swing your sword. So when you're walking around here, you are also clearing landscape, so you can be a bit more strategic if you like clearing things. But now that I have some stone, I'm almost to the point when I have enough stone to make a furnace once I can make flitch. Okay? So it's getting mildly exciting. It is moon day. Oh, and so the day wheel moves counterclockwise, which is kind of diabolical. So the green day that we need snake is not going to happen for 1, 2, 3, 4 more days. So it is currently moon day, and I'm just wandering around, checking things out, seeing what I can interact with, and collecting resources and technology points, exploring my little part of the world. Now we can't go over here because the bridge is out, and to repair it we need planks, flitch, and nails. Okay, so let's move on from that, if we go down here, we find this is a clay pit. We cannot get clay yet because we don't have the technology. You see it's locked. Oh, and here's a blueprint over here. What is this? This is for the crematorium. Okay, so we can't really build that just yet. Here we go. There are stumps, and this is how we're going to get logs. We have to cut down smaller trees. So fantastic. So you see what we've done here is we've gotten logs now. And if I try to cut down this bigger tree, I need a technology. We need small trees, okay? So the big withered trees or even the big strong looking trees, we can't cut those down yet, but these trees we can. Now this is really taxing our energy, all right? But we were able to get red and green tech points from doing that. Now, what I want to bring to your attention is that I'm carrying a log right now. This doesn't take any energy to carry it, it just takes time to travel. But what you can do, you see I have these other 2 logs which I can't carry right now, is a little graveyard keeper trick, which is pushing a log. Okay, so you can push a log with you while you're carrying a log to move 2 logs at once. Now, if you want to get really fancy, you can try to push 2 logs at once, okay? So you can kind of gather them up and knock them around and see if you can get them in a line. You can even do more than 2 if you're really having a great day with the controls. But I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm just going to get these close to our house, and we did it. Now we can take these and you can dump them into your stockpile here. So you just pick up these logs and throw them in the wood stockpile. Oops. And then they'll set there in the container that you've built. And if you go now to craft, when you interact with this crafting station, it pulls things automatically from your stockpile. So if I want to make flitch, for example, you can see it takes 1 log to make 6 flitch and 10 energy. But I have 3 logs, that's the number on the left. So I have 3 logs and it takes 1 and I just push A and I need to do the work. I hold this down, I use the saw and bam, now we have flitch. And with flitch, we can start making stuff, okay? So we can start producing a furnace, for example. We can even make a wooden anvil with billets. So now we're really getting into the swing of things. Now you'll notice that we got these quests, right? We got a quest from Jerry about make sure the Inquisitor isn't looking for Jerry and get him a beer and stuff like that. Those kinds of things you don't have to do. There's no sense of urgency for that particular quest. By the way, there's a blueprint right here. You can look at it. The garden, property and forfeiture for commercial use, contact the tavern owner, Haradric. So we can claim the property if we have the deed or a note, but we don't, so we're just going to leave that behind. But what the garden does provide is an amazing shortcut. So you can walk through the garden over here to get a nice little short passageway to the road. Now, if you want to talk to the Inquisitor and make sure he's not looking for Jerry, you have to come back on his day. And so you can see that his day of the week was yesterday. So if we did that quest yesterday, like if you got the quest from Jerry and you did it immediately, you would have been able to talk to the Inquisitor. We didn't do it immediately, so we have to wait until next week to do it. So, you know, there's really no penalty for waiting. It's just, it would be faster if you did it that way, but like I said, never stress out in this game. The time will come back around. All right, so we're running out of energy. Now, I could eat, but instead, I'm going to go ahead and go to sleep. Just going to sleep and just wait until our blue bar fills up. It's Sunday, so the BB is here, but we don't have his quest completed because our quality is not high enough. However, we can start to get quality high enough, okay? And we can do that by making markers. So now we do have flitch to make markers, but we're out of nails. So we need to be able to make our own nails. And we can do that with an anvil. So I'm going to make billets, okay? So I've selected those at the sawhorse as our plan. And we make 3 billets for 1 log. And now I can go over here and I can say, let's build that wooden anvil. I'm going to put it right next to the sawhorse right here. Okay? And it builds immediately. You don't have to do anything. And then when you interact with this, you can now make nails. But before we can make nails, we need iron ingots. And so we're going to need to take the iron ore that we collected right north of our house at nighttime and smelt it in a furnace. So we need to build a furnace to do that, but we need now simple iron parts to make that, and we need some more stone. So we're kind of in a bind, but not really. And the reason we're not really in a bind is because we can buy items like simple iron parts from Creswald if we're running short, okay? So right now, what I'm going to do is just take a look, and we do have some tech points. So we could make glass if we wanted to, but I'd rather be able to make some better stuff over here. So I want, I think we can make an iron ore stockpile and gather iron ore if we get mining. We can also do stone working. I'm going to take mining for now, unlock that, and don't worry too much about exactly what order you go in. We can build a stone garden right here if we have sand and stone. Now, if you build a stone garden, okay, with sand and stone, and by the way, if you want sand, let's go over here, I'll show you. It creates like a meditation garden, and you can use the stone garden to pass time rapidly, even if you don't need to rest. And that you can do if... Here's a sand pile right here. Now, we can't gather it yet because we don't have the technology, so we need to get a technology that will allow us to gather stone, okay? Or I'm sorry, sand. So once we can do that, okay, you can build a stone garden to pass time, and that will allow you like, oh, whoops, I missed that day of the week. I just will sit here for a little bit and let time move so I can get to the day that I'm looking for a little bit faster. All right, and I'm going to go down here. And let's go ahead and just keep collecting some wood. Remember, we can only chop these smaller trees like this, and then they also leave a stump, and you can dig out the stump, and it will just clear it, so no tree will grow there, and that spot is clear, okay? I'm just going to carry this log over. Okay. And drop it off. Now, I have in my inventory a burial certificate. So I'm thinking, actually, that what I'm going to do is go to the town and sell my burial certificate and see how much money I get. I'd love to buy the teleport stone. So I'm just drifting off to the right. It is Sunday, which is BB Day. It's a beautiful bishop. And here's the donkey. So if you see the donkey like this, all right, I'm just going to let him push me back for a second while I talk to you. The donkey has a body, and he's just going to come at regular intervals. Wherever you are on the map, if the donkey drops off a body at your house, you will hear the bell ring, and you will know that there's a corpse coming for you, or waiting and rotting at your doorstep. So instead of going back to the town, which I was going to do, I'm going to wait. I'm just going to pick up some stone, because if I do this body, I will then have 2 burial certificates to sell, which will get us enough money to buy the teleport stone and to buy some simple iron parts so we can build our own anvil and get nails being produced. You could also just buy nails if you want, but I like to be a little bit more self-sufficient. And I'm just gathering up tech points while we wait. Dig out this rotten stump. Bam. 2 logs. How about that? All right, let's get this body in. Let's go. And we're going to drop it off. Now, notice how it says in the upper right, the morgue, it says bodies 1 of 1. I can only hold 1 body right now. Okay, and I am going to take the flesh for money. But it will tell you that there's 1 in here. And then once we remove the body, okay, and take it out of the morgue, then that indicator will clear, and it will say 0 out of 1. And we're going to go here. Here's the BB. He ain't impressed yet with our quality, and that's okay. I'm going to build another grave. I'm going to put it right here below this. I'm going to dig this out. And again, don't worry that you didn't get the quality you need. It takes time to get that done. It's more important to just make money and build up your experience. Speaking of experience, look at this. We have enough experience now where we could learn transplanting or beekeeping, but instead what I want to learn is actually some more of these. So I'm going to learn firewood right here so we can make wedges. Wedges is fantastic, or wedges are fantastic, I should say, because you use them to help clear the blockages. Look right here, for example. You see this busted up door? If you get enough simple iron parts and fix this, what happens is when the donkey drops off the body, it'll drop right into your morgue, so you don't have to pick it up and carry it from outside to inside. It just drops down the floor of your morgue, so it's really, really useful. Okay. And it's nighttime, so Creswald won't be awake to purchase parts from, so I'm just going to wait, gather some more logs and stuff, earn experience. This is kind of what you're doing. Getting experience. The BB is leaving. He's like, I'm on my way out. And we're just going to roll up here, pushing this log along beautifully. Throw it over here like this. Great. All right, and I'm going to wish I could do that, but let's go ahead and make some more flitch. And just make note yourself. Okay, I got some red tech points for doing that. Billets. I'm going to cut this, and I got some red for that. By the way, just observe there is no weight in this game, so you can carry as much stuff as you can fit in your inventory that stacks, but there is no encumbrance or like, oh, this is too heavy for me. It's just a simple issue of spaces in your inventory. Now sticks, we gather this and we get red and green. All right, fantastic. And our energy is running low. I'm just going to use the last bit of it that we have, just like that, and roll over here. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just rest here and fill up our energy all the way and go to town as it becomes day. And once you get full energy, like that, it'll automatically wake you up. And fantastic. We are now with 2 burial certificates. Let's roll. By the way, get all this stone if you want. Get these sticks too. I'm very, very close to the tech that I want, which would be, well, no, I need 15 red tech points to get stone working. That's the next one that we want. But again, just enjoy this game. There's no reason to rush. There's plenty of tech points for this lower tech to go around. You can always make more money, get more resources, decorate your graveyard more effectively and efficiently. Here's wheat, by the way. And I'll show you, you can actually buy it if you want. Okay. And we're going to come in. And we can go over here. And, oh, it's Mrs. Charm. Waddlaboo dee bop. You want to be loved by me. Shaluba dooba wawa. Oh boy, she's so charming. It's her day. It's Mrs. Charm Day. Alright, so buddy, it's good you know how to use a sword. Cresvold told me about how you helped him. Here, have a beer. It's on the house. So we got a free beer. Okay? That we can use for Jerry's quest, which is tremendous. Now we're going to trade, and I'm going to sell him both of these burial certificates. There's never any reason early in the game to keep these. Just always sell them for money, okay? He doesn't buy anything else that we have except his own beer back, but don't sell that. You're going to need it. But what I'm going to buy now is one teleport stone, okay? So I put it in the middle. You see that I'm going to make 1 silver of profit, and I'm going to finish the offer. Now, you could buy some food if you wanted, you know, like you could buy some bread. It's very cheap, so you can eat and just, you know, get a bunch of stamina back or whatever, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to finish the offer and say thank you so much. And then now, what I'm going to do... oh, you could talk to Miss Charm if you want, I guess. And you get this if you have the DLCs. Hi, what do you want? I'm a graveyard keeper and I want to ask you some questions. I see. You know how many times a day I hear that same mumbling? I have no time for you, little man. Come back when you have more faith in yourself. Whoa. So she gives you a quest. But, ciao. And then the poet says, can I have a moment? What did Miss Charm tell you? Literally to go away. Ah, always so classy. She would never talk to just anyone. I'm not just anyone. I'm the local graveyard keeper, soon to be prior of the local church. How primitive. I'm a well-known poet. In certain small circles, my name is Wagner. One day I'll read my poem to her and then we'll... But first I need to write it, and I'm catastrophically out of paper and ink. Maybe we can get some. Alright, so he gives you a quest for paper and ink. And... we got a perk, journalist. You notice the little things about people. Put those things together and you have a story. Sometimes you can get stories from dialogues. So now we start to learn stories when we talk to people, and we need to get paper and ink. And we say where to find paper and ink. You may have some in your church or you can make it. I'm just not used to manual labor, but a skillful man such as yourself can surely do it. Also, you could get some from the astrologer. He used to go to the lighthouse every moon day, and he does. He was my supplier before we had this ridiculous fight. Alright, fantastic. So I'm going to say, great. And every moon day, he does go to the lighthouse. By the way, lighthouse, if you go to the map, the lighthouse, okay, is not yet discovered, but it's all the way to the east. So you just keep walking to the east and you'll find it. But right now, what I want to do is go down here. And I need to buy some stuff from our good buddy Cresvold. And I want to buy simple iron parts. So they're expensive, but I know I need at least one, right? So I'm going to buy one simple iron part for now. And I'm going to finish the offer, okay? And then now I've got the simple iron parts that I need. And it's time to show you something amazing. I'm going to go to character. So now what we're going to do is go to our teleport stone in our inventory and just use it. And you can warp to these places right now. Your home or the Dead Horse Tavern. And if I use it, boom, I'm instantly home. This is why the teleport stone is so good. You travel immediately. And it has a cooldown, but it's like 15 seconds. It's something incredibly short. It used to be much, much longer, and it was a pain, but now it takes almost no time at all, and you can just see the time ticking away from it, and you can warp back to the town easily now. You can buy stuff. You can warp back home. You don't have to walk everywhere. It is the first thing you always want to buy, in my opinion, because it just saves you so much time. Now, we're going to try to build a furnace, but we need one more stone. We can get stone. Let's just go up here and get some. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, great. And now we have some stone. And we can go over here, and I'm going to just build myself a furnace. Now, the furnace is rather large, okay? And you can put it wherever you want. This thing you can actually rotate left or right. I'm going to build mine right there. You got to walk over once you've selected it and built it, and just smash it with your hammer a little bit. Great. And now we can craft, okay, iron ingots. Now, this screen explains a few things. Number one, it tells you it's going to take one iron ingot, or one iron ore, okay, and turn it into an ingot, but you need 25 fire fuel to do that, and it's going to take 2 minutes and 30 seconds, okay? So, what we need to do here is go ahead and get some wood for this fire. Now, you can just burn sticks, okay? But firewood is better. So what we want to make is some firewood, but we can't unless we build ourselves a chopping spot. So I'm going to make a chopping spot, and I'm going to put it just kind of like down there. All right. And you can walk over to your chopping spot, select it, and I'm going to make firewood, and you split up a billet into a bunch of firewood like this. Okay. And you go here, and now I'm going to fuel this up with firewood. So firewood's a good way to fuel it. Coal is more effective, but we don't have that just yet. So I'm going to put that in there. And then now when I go to craft this, you see I do meet the requirements for fuel. And in the top panel of the furnace screen, you can see that it says I have 90 fuel here. You can just obviously switch between these again using the bumpers between the fuel screen tab and the production tab. And we're going to make iron ingots from ore. You can also make it from raw pieces of iron if you ever find those. I'm going to put those in there, and then there we go. And it's cooking away, okay? And it's going to take 2 minutes and 30 seconds to produce that. And I'm pretty happy with the fact that we're producing that. So let's think about graveyard tech. If I want to make a wooden marker, I still need nails. And I can make nails. I can get 8 from 1 iron ingot whenever that finishes, which is pretty tremendous, okay? And I can also go ahead and make myself some more items. I'm going to just process some more stuff here. Get more billets, get more flits, just things that I'll need. Get experience while I'm doing it. All right, fantastic. And let's see. Chop down some trees that are close by. Okay, and I'm going to drop this off in my stockpile. I'm going to go to tech, and I'm going to open up the stone working tab, and we're going to research stone working, and we'll learn how to make stone at the stone cutter and create stone repair kits. Okay, fantastic. So we can make a stone cutter now, and it takes nails. Okay, now a stone cutter is like, you get a giant piece of stone and you break it up into many smaller pieces of stone, and it's actually really, really useful. But you need to find a specific place to quarry big slabs of stone. In the meantime, I'm just going to go around my graveyard and collect stuff while my ingot burns away. Fantastic. Now you come up here, okay, and you'll notice that this tree has a beehive in it, all right? So if you hold down Y on this tree, you can collect honey. You take damage, though, okay, from getting stung by the bees, basically. But this is a great way to get honey at the expense of a little health early in the game before you can learn how to keep bees is you walk over to any of these trees that have hives in them and pick it up. Now I'm out of energy, so it's time to go home. But honestly, I could walk home, or I could use my teleport stone, and bam, I'm home. It saves you time even at the house. Now I've got my iron ingot, and I'm going to throw another one on the fire, okay? And you can only craft one at a time. So if you want more iron coming in, you could build more furnaces to do this faster. All right, and we're going to rest. And we're getting our health back from the bee stings, and we're also getting our energy back. And everyone, we're doing beautifully. We can now make nails with our ingot and start to make some better grave decorations. All right, go pick up your other ingot, throw another one on, and you'll notice that when it's 2 minutes and 30 seconds of time, okay, is this interval, and that's real time. But if you're resting or using your stone garden, it accelerates time, and so you can use those techniques to make this happen faster for you, okay? So that's another way you can transition, and I'm just going to make some nails right here. Boom. And we did it. So you can make more furnaces, and you can also rest to accelerate this process a little bit, but usually I'm just off doing stuff, and it happens at a reasonable pace anyway. So everyone, I think this is a good place to end this episode of the Beginner's Guide. We're really moving along now, getting a lot more technologies researched. You can see that we have everything here in the building tab that we can get until we get blue experience. And blue experience is going to be a big bottleneck for you early game, so don't really worry about it. We could get beekeeping if we wanted it. You know, it's actually pretty nice, and we can also save up so we can build some simple gravestones, which I'm going to do. That's my next priority, so we can decorate and make a beautiful cemetery. Everyone, I hope this has been helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.